Through the Effective Living one-on-one coaching program, you receive customized strategies and techniques to help you move from where you currently are to where you see yourself. You will work with world-renowned life coach, Ricardo Miller, who has more than 2 decades helping people maximize their purpose. Show us your target and we'll help you hit it. Visit www.ricardomiller.com to enroll.
You are the subtotal of the choices and the decisions you make on a daily basis. Let me say it again. You are the subtotal of the choices and the decisions you make on a daily basis. Hi, I'm Coach Ricardo Miller. Do me a favor. If you're watching this on Facebook, please share this. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel and invite somebody to watch this out, because there are a lot of people who are wanting to win, but their circle is keeping them stuck. And this year, I'm on an assignment. Listen, man, I'm on assignment to help as many people as possible. When I talk about day by day in every way, getting better, there are a lot of people who aren't going to get better because their circle does not support better. It is possible for you to have lived with a lot of people for a long time who they are good people, but they're not going anywhere. They're good people and they're not going anywhere. And even though your heart's desire is to go somewhere, your circle is keeping you back, and you don't want to accept that. And so, yeah, that's my ride or my die buddy. But at some point, your ride or your die buddy needs to be a left alone buddy. At some point, you need to get to understanding that, hold on. The common denominator here is me having a desire and the people around me don't have a desire, and I want to go somewhere and they don't want to go somewhere. We're going to have to part ways. That was one of the hardest things that I had to do growing up. When I decided that I wanted my life to change, I had to decide I didn't want to hang on the blocks no more. Some fellas say, you can have both. Oh, okay, keep trying. Keep trying to have both when it comes to hanging with people who ain't going nowhere and you trying to go somewhere. As soon as you upgrade your car, oh my goodness, you didn't even need a new car. Why you went and upgrade your car? When you go ahead and start classes at night, why you going to classes at night? You don't even hang out on the weekends with us no more. We've been trying to hang, but you aren't available. Why? Because I'm trying to write a book, man. I'm trying to start a small business, man. I'm trying to send my kids to private school, man. I'm trying to break the poverty barrier that's been locked on my life forever, man. And let me tell you something, the conversation that you are talking isn't the conversation that I'm trying to live out. I want to go to the next level, and the next level demands that I hang with people who are either going to the next level or they are on the next level. I remember a long time ago, and you've all heard this before, birds of a feather flock together. Y'all heard it. But we become so comfortable and we become so afraid to disconnect ourselves from anything that's not supportive of our purpose and potential being maximized, that we stay hanging with people who are flying too low or just not flying at all. And here's what I know. You don't have to be ugly about it. You don't even have to make a social media post. If you ain't going nowhere, you can't be my friend. You don't have to post that. That's ugly. That's going to hurt somebody's feeling. You don't even have to hurt anybody's feeling. All you have to do is casually, occasionally recognize that I don't need to be hanging out on the weekends every weekend with this person who I want to have a degree. They don't want to have a degree. I want to have a business. They don't want to have a business. I want to have a spouse. They want to stay single all their life. I want to be a 6-figure, 7-figure earner. These people, they're just waiting for their tax return. Okay, they just, I just wait for my tax return. Listen, how about try to think about becoming an 8-figure earner, 8-figure earner. Where's that? I never heard about an 8-figure earner. It's because you ain't in the right circle. There's a place where you don't need to worry about a tax return. Okay? There's a place. So what I'm saying is you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. I have an exclusive group coaching community that I have founded, and I've been working in the morning. And every morning, Monday to Friday, we're chipping away at the thoughts. And this week, we're talking about becoming an exceptional leader. Last week, we had a full subject matter because who you're needing to be, you're going to need to work on becoming. Let me say it again. Who you are needing to be, you're going to have to work on becoming. But unfortunately, some of us don't know how to become that by ourselves. That's the reason why it's important that you make sure that you surround yourself with the right books. You get the right instructors in your life, the right environments to hang out around, and the right people. Association matters. Okay? Association matters. I've been giving rich, healthy, nice content like this, but people come in, they listen, and they pass it by because you know what? They prefer to hear garbage. They prefer to hear jokes. They prefer to hear gossip and so forth. No, no. I'm trying to help people. And I'm so grateful that the community is growing. The community is growing. Faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. I want to help the community that I'm working around. That's the Effective Living Life Management Agency community. We're going to figure out how to make sure that there is no month where we're not growing. There is no year where we're not getting better. There is no, oh, I've been always wanting to be, but I never got a chance to be. Oh, no, no, no. Regret is worse than failure. Okay? Regret is worse than failure. You want to have given yourself a chance and you want to get the help necessary to make sure that the chance you give yourself, that chance worked out favorably for you. So here's what I'm telling you today. Pay attention to your circle. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. One of the best things you could do is find the person you admire, find the person who is assigned to help you, and get as close to them as possible. Buy their book, go to their webinars, come on, stay connected to their social media pages, do what you got to do. But let me tell you, make sure that at the end of the day, you're not trying to change your life and your circle is remaining the same. One of the things I taught my son a few years ago, and that was this. This is why association matters. It's impossible to put your hands in a bucket of glue without some of that glue sticking to you. You may want to write that down. That's why you got to get close. Listen, you hang around people who are making money. If you keep your mind right, your spirit right, and you are in a teachable position, your finances will come together if you're hanging around people who finances are together. Okay? If you hang around people who aren't ghetto, people who don't operate just sleazy and just outright have no concern about decorum and how they carry themselves, you'll find yourself making adjustments. I used to be a street thug. I used to be on the street. I had short temper. Okay, I left school with an attendance certificate. One of the best things that I did was I joined Toastmasters. Okay, you got to get to friends who will help you level up. You got to surround yourself with friends who will level up. I'm talking about where you feel intimidated a little bit, but stick around that circle. Okay, you say, oh man, listen, I feel like they think they're better than me. That's a good circle to hang around. Yeah, okay? Because listen, you're there to get something. Okay? You're there to get something. I remember sitting down, having dinner at this annual conference that I was one of the speakers at. And I sat around the table. And if I call off the people around the table, everyone around that table, you guys would know their names. They're all national guys. Every single one of them were making millions within the year except me. Every single one of them. Now, at this particular time, while I was sitting at the table, the question I had to ask was I qualified to be at the table? I was invited to the table. I was on top of my game. But these guys had figured out a lot of what I didn't figure out. And I made a commitment that day, but if I'm invited to the table, I'm invited to the room, even though I feel I'm the least in the room. I'm going to do what I need to do to stay in rooms like this. Did you hear me? I'm going to figure out what I need to do to stay in rooms like this. And it was in that moment I started to realize, Ricardo, you're going to have to reinvent yourself. You're going to have to do some things different. You stuck on a lot of things that's just not working favorably for you. And you've been placed on good platforms. You've been affiliated with some great people. You're sitting at some incredible tables, but you are not capitalizing on who you should be evolving and becoming. And in that moment, my life started to change. Everything started to change more progressive. Now, up to that point, I was doing okay. I was doing okay based on my friends' opinion of me. I wasn't doing okay in proportion to my potential. See, I tell people, forget what your siblings think. Forget what your family think. Forget what your friends at school think. Forget what your mama think. Forget what, listen, listen. Your pursuit, this is serious this morning. Your pursuit should be in direct proportion to your potential. You could be called to go where you have no reference point. You could be called to do something like an Elon Musk. You could be called to do something like Oprah did. You could be called to do something like Tyler Perry did. Only to find yourself comparing, well, I'm the first one in my family to start a business. Just a business? You could be called to have a conglomerate of businesses. Oh, listen, I'm the only one in my family who got 2 paid off cars. A paid off car? Come on, man. You got to get to the point. See, that's because your circle is too small. Your association ain't right. You got to realize 2 cars paid off ain't enough. Oh, my goodness. Let me tell you something. I finally got an emergency fund. I'm doing better than anyone in my family. I got a little emergency fund. That's all. I'm Coach Ricardo Miller. I'm telling you, man, start focusing on your potential. There is no comparison to how you show up on a daily basis. Someone said to me, I almost wanted to punch him in the face, but I don't punch people in the face no more. I said, how much is enough? How much is enough? I'm from the Bahamas. People coming to the Bahamas and buying islands. I ain't get my island yet. Okay, how much is enough? I don't have no private yacht. I don't have no private jet. I don't have multiple homes around the world. What do you mean, how much is enough? They're going to ask me how much is enough to say I should be calming down. And this was when I was about 39. Come on, 39, you ain't primed the well good yet. You're supposed to be cranking this thing up to produce. That's why you got to watch who you hang with. People who come around your house and oh, this is such a nice house. This house? You know who I was born to be? You know what I'm capable of producing? You know where I'm trying to go? Well, that's why you got to watch who you hang with, because some people can't even appreciate that conversation. Your association matters. Learn how to reinvent yourself to meet the demands for the different seasons that your life is going to find itself walking through. You're going to find yourself walking through different seasons of your life where you're going to have to become a different person to meet the demands of your potential being maximized. The Tyler Perry today isn't the same Tyler Perry 10 years ago. The Tyler Perry 10 years ago isn't the same Tyler Perry 20 years ago. The Tyler Perry 20 years ago isn't the same Tyler Perry of 15 years prior to. You have to be prepared to make the necessary adjustments to connect with the community that is appropriate to your potential being maximized. That right there is worth you buying my book, okay? Your circle matters. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. Don't be ugly on how you disconnect from these people who are no longer in the season of functioning with you or the people you once ran with. You just don't have the same connection or vision or drive or interest as they have. You've chosen to move on. You don't have to be ugly about it. Just decide. It's more about my potential being maximized. I don't have nothing personal against it. Watch this. Write this down. It's not personal. It's purpose. Okay? It's not personal. It's purpose. Why not? Why we don't hear from you anymore? Because it's about purpose. I have one life to live. And when I die, I don't want to live a life of regret. When I die, I don't want to say I could have been, but I never did get a chance to be because I chose not to push myself to meet the different types of demands that my potential is requiring. Your potential needs the right environment to be within in order for it to be fully maximized. I'm Coach Ricardo Miller. I'm assigned to help you. You are ignoring it, avoiding it, and ain't doing what you got to do to connect. And that's why you could be stuck. Day by day in every way. Those around me were getting better. Have a great day. Go to my website. Register for the webinar. Join my coaching program. I promise you, you won't regret it. Bye-bye.